Howdy, folks. I'm Colonel Sanders, and you're not. I bet you didn't think you'd see this. I think this might actually be the. No, it's not. I thought it'd be the first Minecraft series that I've done in my suit, but it's not. When I built the Kentucky Fried Chicken, both the Sanders Cafe and the 1970s version on Minecraft a year ago, I wore the black suit. But this is the first Minecraft series in a while. We're going to be playing Minecraft in hardcore mode. Some of these videos will be just me. Some of them will be me and my sister. Some of them will be my sister and I and my best friends. We're just going to see how long I could go with it. I've already started one last night. I'm going to get ahead of this because Matt and Tyler tried doing hardcore mode on their own. And they ended up failing with it because Tyler kept dying. They didn't have time to build a house or anything. So I'm going to get a head start so it's easier on them when they do join. Okay, so this is hardcore mode. And we're also using the Skyrim texture packs. I kind of got out of Minecraft a year ago. It's actually been over a year. I think it's been a year and 6 or 7 days. For 11 years, we ran a Minecraft server called Minopolis. It was a city that I built in creative mode. It was a lot of fun. The early days were fantastic. And eventually, as all things do, nothing lasts forever. It's time to close it. I don't know if there's a way I could change the texture pack on this. Hold on. Go ahead and play it again. Take that copyrighted music out of there. Because we like to make money! Yeah. Normally I wouldn't care, but I'm trying to make YouTube the primary income source that I have. I quit my job and I closed my business because I was looking at with TikTok, which we were making quite a bit of money at until they killed the page. I saw the opportunities there and the money to be made, and I figured, heck, I could work from home and honor this legacy. So, tried doing that. Didn't work out. TikTok crapped out on me. Let me down. But then YouTube picked up. So here's the hoping that YouTube does what TikTok couldn't do. In regards to Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'm hoping that at some point I'll be able to represent them through everything that I do, since I make people crave the chicken anyways, no matter what the video is about. You know, there's some folks that they get confused and they say, aren't you afraid of KFC suing you? Aren't you in a copyright infringement? Really, I'm free advertisement for them. Not in the sense that Lee's, when I did things for them, I was free advertising every location across the country for Lee's. I'm not doing that for Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm not telling people where they can go, where they should go. I will talk about the Sanders Cafe because I have high respect for that location. But when it comes to free advertisement, me just walking around in the suit is free advertisement for Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I think it's a heck of a lot better than the free advertisement they get from the clowns trying to pretend to be Uncle Harley. But, no, I'm not worried about IP infringement. Although they do own the likeness to my uncle and his name, it's also my name. And I am a Kentucky Colonel, and I'm proud of this legacy, and no one's going to tell me otherwise. In regards to it, if I were to start my own chicken business like so many people want me to do, I would not be able to use the Colonel Harlan Sanders, Colonel Sanders original recipe. I wouldn't be able to use original recipe, because with my relation and everything that goes along with that, that would absolutely cause confusion among brands. Church's Chicken learned this when they tried using original recipe just recently as their slogan. Kentucky Fried Chicken sued them because they believe it would cause confusion between the brands. Now we're just going to sit here and let night do its thing. Yeah, it would cause confusion between the brands. So I know where the IP infringement would come into play if I was making a competitor. I want to work with them. I want to represent them, and I want to represent Uncle Harley. I don't necessarily want to compete with them anymore. I did in the past, but you know, I'm young, I'm ambitious, and everything has led to me finding my place representing Kentucky Fried Chicken someday. And if I can't do it officially through them, I'm going to represent my family through my content that I do. And like this. I think Kentucky Fried Chicken would benefit from it. If they paid me to be their spokesperson to talk about their official things that they have, to promote new things, that would be a good, great deal, I think, in my opinion. I think they'd be missing out not doing that. We're just going to sit here and let this play out because we're in hardcore mode. We die, we're done. Tyler said that mob spawning is expanded further. And I think in case they want to come to this door, we'll do that so they can't get in. Yeah, if I were to start a competing business, a lot of people think I could use Colonel Sanders and dress this way. I can't. I could probably change it up a little bit today. But give you some perspective, Cousin Lee was president of Kentucky Fried Chicken. He's the founder of Lee's Famous Recipe. When he spun off to create his business, he left in '64 as president with his uncle's blessing. And the brand, with Governor John Y. Brown Jr. and Jack C. Massey being the lawyers that they are, businessmen that they are, or were, they made him sign a bunch of legal papers that prevented him from opening a competing chain within a certain amount of time, a competing chain within a certain amount of radius of Kentucky, and they prevented him from doing other things as well. So he took his brother-in-law, Harold Omer, to Ohio, Lima, Ohio, and started Harold's Take Home, featuring Famous Recipe Chicken. And once the contracts had expired, he changed the name to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, or Famous Recipe Country Chicken. And he was finally able to open some up in Tennessee and then open some up in Kentucky. And a lot of people say that he uses the original recipe in that chicken, and it's not. It's a close one. He knew what it was. But in '66, he was also sued by Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was not allowed to use 5 key ingredients. Those 5 key ingredients, I dug deep, are not revealed in the court. He wasn't allowed to use 5 key ingredients to the original recipe. Oh, that's a creeper. He had to change the valve release, the pressure release valve on the pressure cookers to avoid infringing on Kentucky Fried Chicken's trademarked way of frying their chicken. So Harold he was an engineer by day. He had to re-engineer a new pressure release so that it wouldn't be 100% what Uncle Harley's design was. He also was not allowed to use any close members to the Colonel's family in his advertisements, which is funny because he's a close member. But his cousin, James Sanders, who was my uncle, he wasn't allowed to use him. Jim worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken, and he was very close with Lee. He wasn't allowed to use Jim. He wasn't allowed to use anybody that looked like Uncle Harley. He wasn't allowed to depict Uncle Harley or anybody that looked like him. He wasn't allowed to wear a tie in his advertisements. He wasn't allowed to wear a suit in his advertisements. He wasn't allowed to grow a beard in his advertisements. So I'm very well aware of how it was back then and what we could get away with today if we were to compete with them. There's 1,000 different things we could do that's similar, that would honor this family legacy, that wouldn't infringe on them, but would come close. I'm not going to do that, but I'm pretty smart in this aspect. I know where the lines are, how far you could go, how much you could push them. I want to work with them. If someone else in my family wants to create another competing chain, that's on them to do, and I encourage it. But I want to continue on what Uncle Harley was doing, representing the brand, and I think I could do pretty good at that. I've been yapping, and it's still dark out. Still dark out. I know that creeper's going to be out there still. See what can I need one of those. So no, I'm not afraid of IP infringement. I don't like it when people tell me that they own my uncle. I understand they got the likeness and stuff, but I don't see him as property. I see him as my uncle. And Kentucky Fried Chicken and I have a pretty good relationship today, despite the 8 years I spent attacking them on their advertisements and quality. They were able to convince me. If they could convince me, they could convince you. I was pretty stubborn in my ways. And they convinced me that they're still a good brand. And they're committed to bringing back Uncle Harley's quality. They're not going to get it 100%, especially with nobody in the family being in there with them. If they could hire me as a spokesperson, it's not going to affect their quality. It might encourage people to better their quality, because I think with me in there doing the things that I could do, representing my generation through this family, through the legacy, through what I do, inspire more people to go get the chicken, give them a try. It might inspire the workers to work harder, the managers to manage harder, and the quality to go up. All that stuff can play with each other. But if I'm just in charge of representing, then I'm not in charge of the food and quality, which I'm not asking to be in charge of the food and quality control. Uncle Harley was after he sold out. But without somebody in the family that knows Uncle Harley's quality being in that position, they're not going to get it. They can come close, though. And I believe doing the right thing and having me represent them would be a pretty good step in the right direction to encouraging better quality, making people enjoy their jobs more. And that might be a bold statement on my behalf, and that's okay. I know there's still going to be a creeper out there. Let's see, there's a zombie. He's burning. Come on, zombie. I'll chop you. What really drives me to want to represent is the disrespect that there is on the brand in Uncle Harley's name. The people like Johnny Miller that dress like my uncle and try to take it upon them to represent my family, and when they're not even part of this family and our family don't approve of their behavior. Those kind of things, if those people could do it, and Johnny used to work for the brand officially, if those kind of people could do it, I can do it, and I could do it a heck of a lot better than they can, with more integrity and respect, without having an alternative to want to, self-benefit in a way. I don't care if I become famous off it or not. I don't care if I make millions off it or not. I don't care if I make $1 off it or not. I want to put the respect back into this family name and what we created. There's always going to be haters against that. Oh, you have armor. That's nice. Ouch, you hurt. There's a creeper right behind me, isn't there? Oh, you're dead. Okay. More wood. Creeper's gonna creep. This series isn't, when it's just me, I'm probably going to yap a bunch about the stuff that I talk about, but when it's my friends and stuff, we're probably just going to yap about the game. I'll tell you one thing, folks. After going to the Sanders Cafe, giving them a chance, they told me, we saw your comments on our quality, and we understand there's some restaurants that don't perform the way they're supposed to. But we'd like to change your mind on what you say now. They could have gone after me for talking bad about their food and grouping all restaurants, all the franchises together as bad. They could have gone after me for that. They chose not to. They chose to change my opinion. And I was willing, since they were willing to meet with me after 8 years, I was willing to give them the chance to show me that they care about the history and that they care about serving the best food possible to the public like Uncle Harley did. And that they cared about Uncle Harley. I respect, they gave, that's the thing. People don't understand today. You could be mad at somebody or something, and then they finally give you what you want, and they give you a chance, and you give them a chance. You don't have to continue to hate them. Your opinions can change, and it's okay for it to. So they had enough respect for me to finally sit down with me. So I have enough respect for them to give them a chance. So I gave them a chance on their food. I was blown away. I was shocked. My whole family was. It's the first time in years we ate at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. They showed us around the museum. There's more than one museum, but we went to the one in Corbin. They showed us around that museum in the town itself, and they are so proud that Colonel Sanders lived there and started Kentucky Fried Chicken there. They are so proud of it. They had a lot of things that belong to him that they keep in the museum. They will never sell them for money. They keep them in the museum to preserve them. They either got them from Uncle Harley, they got them from parts of the family, or some folks that were private collectors that decided that the things that they had, that they bought, belonged in the museum to be preserved forever. And the pride and care they took in renovating, making sure the pieces of that restaurant were original, it blew me away. And it changed my mind. That's why I don't get too upset with their ads anymore if they do disrespect Uncle Harley. Because of their behavior with that, I am able to make the content that I do that is fueled by the love for this legacy and history. I'm able to correct some things. And if it causes confusion among folks, I'm able to tell folks. It gets people talking about it. And I'm able to explain it in ways that other folks who try to through their videos on YouTube, but they don't know the full story, I'm able to do it in ways that those folks can't. And you guys have a deeper understanding of it. Now, why you want to know it, I don't know. But I'm glad that you do. I find myself justifying my content left and right. But I know I don't have to. Apparently I can't burn that. That's dirt. So y'all tell me, are you craving the chicken right now? That's cool. I can use that. I've survived one day so far. And that's the other thing, folks. I've gotten a lot of hate comments, people saying you're going to get sued for wearing that suit in your videos. If people like Miller and Thayer and other impersonators and obsessed fans of my uncle can go around every day, call themselves Colonel Sanders, even just a lookalike of him, dress like him, go to events to get paid to dress like him, then I could sit here and make videos about my family dressed like my uncle. There needs to be a respect put back into the Sanders name and image that Uncle Harley created. Not clowns dressing like him every day, not people pretending to be him, not trying to resurrect him through ads. Just a respect. Let people know that the Colonel still has family that cares. And some of us want to help Kentucky Fried Chicken succeed more. They may think that they don't need us because they have millions and billions of dollars. That's fine. But regardless, people love the chicken. People love the history. You combine the two together with family, and you got it made. I like the Coach Prime commercials. That's very family oriented. And in regards to the actors, now Reba McEntire, I don't go for this trend of turning Uncle Harley into a woman because they want to fit the times or whatever. Uncle Harley was Uncle Harley, not Aunt Harley. You want a female Colonel Sanders, make it someone else. Get Deion Sanders' wife or daughter to be a Sanders. Commission them a colonel. Be Colonel Sanders, female Colonel Sanders. I'll nominate my sisters as Kentucky Colonels, and they could be the first female Colonel Sanders instead of trying to change who Uncle Harley was. But Reba had the most charm to her. Her and Norm Macdonald. They didn't try to disrespect Uncle Harley's image or name. They were just being themselves and being true to themselves and having that Southern respect. Unlike some of the other actors impersonators who tried too hard to be him, or they perverted his image, or just made him an absolute imbecile. So, with my opinions on how Uncle Harley's image should be portrayed and how they've done it, I like the best Reba and Norm. I don't go for Reba for the trend of changing Colonel Sanders to a girl. I saw all the news articles saying first female Colonel Sanders. That's not how this works. No. Want female Colonel Sanders? I'll nominate my sisters, or you find somebody with the last name Sanders, commission them a colonel, and have them do it. That's okay, in my book. That's not any hate towards anybody. It's just, he's a real man, and it's weird to have your family member, who you know is real, and family shares a lot of stories about him being real. It's weird to see him changed for a trend, or for the times, whatever. It's weird, and regardless what anyone else has to say about that, the family's opinions are valid in thinking that. It's weird. It's uncomfortable. To see him turn into a stripper is weird and uncomfortable. I do not like it. I can make jokes about it now, but it makes my skin crawl to see my uncle displayed on TV as a stripper, and then that's how a lot of my generation idolizes him as, is a stripper, and that's not who he was. So... oh well, what can you do? You only do what I'm doing. So anyways, I like to represent the brand officially and respectfully. And for 8 years, I really saw all the negative in those commercials. And as time went on, and Kentucky Fried Chicken and I made up, I started lighting up a little bit. And some of them I could actually laugh at today. I can make jokes towards them and people can poke jokes at me with them, and all is fine in the neighborhood. My axe is about to break. When I first put the white suit on, I was commissioned a Kentucky Colonel in 2015. And I was already a Minecrafter making content. Those ads came out, and I tried my oh, don't go out, there's monsters out there. I tried my darnest to get their attention. I was just a kid at the time. I didn't know what I was doing. But I tried my darnest. And what eventually ended up happening was I got blocked by Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm not anymore. They've unblocked me, and we're good now. But they blocked me. It was after I was commissioned a colonel. So before I was commissioned a colonel, I was telling folks, we're related. I see how my family's reacting to these ads. They don't like it too well. I wasn't too heated with it. A friend of mine at church commissioned me a Kentucky Colonel, or nominated me, and I was commissioned a Kentucky Colonel. And I thought that was great. I thought it was a great thing. I was a last Sanders in the family line, commissioned a Kentucky Colonel, officially a Colonel Sanders. And I felt a calling to represent this family again, and I thought that would be an open door to Kentucky Fried Chicken, having the Sanders. Well, I had maybe 300 followers. Had a lot of people hating on me, telling me to go die in a hole, people telling me that I shouldn't be carrying, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. A lot of discouragement. KFC followed me for a week on Twitter and then blocked me after I was commissioned a colonel. After they blocked me, it was my villain arc. I started going after them. I went to some locations, they were bad. I go, not only is their commercials bad, but their food is bad. And for 8 years, I went after them about their disrespect. And, trying to cover up rumors like my cousin Joe Langton put out, which he started to put out after those ads came out. He saw that Colonel Sanders was becoming popular again, and he saw a way to get attention, so he leaked a fake recipe and let me try to clean that mess up. That's lovely. That's an opening. An opening that something will probably come down through. So, I started going viral on TikTok talking about this stuff, and I was trying to work for my cousin's chain, Lee's, which didn't work out, but it gave me some experience. And they saw what I was doing. I was invited to Kentucky Fried Chicken in Corbin to meet with some members and talk and try to change my mind, and that's what they did. So all the disrespect, all the ignoring, the blocking, the lies that were spread, all of it has led to where we are now, a good standing with the brand, pride in the brand, not just being related to the Colonel, but being proud that the brand still exists today, being related to that. It's all led to good things. Blessings in disguise. If you were to ask me 4 years ago, would I see myself promoting KFC, wanting to promote them, wanting to be on their team, I'd laugh at you. My opinions have changed drastically in the last 2 years. And that's my story of how we got to where we are. Alrighty. Let's go up here and see what's going on. I think this is a good start to get Tyler and Matt in a comfortable position. Yep. Daylight outside. Daylight come, ma'am, you wanna go home. This? Armadillos? Can I eat you? No, I can't. I can kill you, but I can't eat you. I could eat you. Come here, piggy. And then pork chops. Oh, frick. No, 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 no. You get away from me, sir. I bet you blow up immediately, don't you? Oh, I got it. There's another one. I don't think I can take on two. We gotta cook some things or we're gonna starve to death. There we go. Alright. I think I'm going to end that here. Thank you all for watching this. And hopefully this turns out to be a good series. I promise I won't yap the whole time. I just want to give folks who might just be joining in here a backstory of where I come from, why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've always been a gamer. I've always gamed. 10 years, that's what this channel's been based around. Only the last 2 years I've been putting a lot of the family history into it and embracing that alongside with the other things I do. This is why I think I could reach out to a newer audience with the things that I do that would bring them to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like I said, I have a very stubborn head like Uncle Harley. Things just have to be right. If they could change my mind, they could change your mind too. You can't base your opinions off of one CMO. You can't base all of your opinions off of one franchise being bad or even a couple of them. You could base your opinions on those particular people and particular locations, but you can't base those and put those on everybody. What I learned when I talked with Kentucky Fried Chicken is how many franchisees there actually are out there, how they work, how they do care for their employees. And it's a wonderful thing. I'm happy. All right. Ciao.